Hello and welcome to another episode of Sorry for the Delay. I believe it's number 33. We are your hosts. My name is Sean. This is Joshua. Joshua, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. I have like Sean knows. Sean's in my room right now. You know, I just get a little bit of news, but I'm gonna try to stay positive right now and try to keep the good vibes going because that's what we do on this show is just positive vibes. But I'm doing okay. Doing okay for right now. Everybody.
This isn't like your usual episode this week. As Joshua alluded to, I am here. I'm next to him. I can smell him. He smells delicious.
Right over there.
He smells like a beautiful, beautiful flower on a Sunday night. It's wonderful.
It's called liquid detergent. You know, the not the pods. It's called liquid detergent.
I know nothing about that.
Softener. Yes. That's how you get this freshness going over here. It works. Try it.
A little bit different this week. Joshua and I will be talking with you for a little bit, and then we're going to show you some clips from the trip that I'm here taking for the week. One exciting thing is we're going to be heading to the Firestone Brewery. So we'll show you those clips as soon as we cut to them eventually. And then there's a little surprise in the works that Joshua doesn't know about, and he's not going to be here to comment on it. So Joshua, how'd you feel about the second thing that we did? Wasn't it really exciting?
I mean, if I'm supposed to comment on it and I don't even know what it is, chances are I'm not going to enjoy it. It's going to be miserable. Never, I guess if I can give a piece of advice, is never go into anything that you don't know what's going on. So I guess I can't say either way if I enjoyed it, didn't enjoy it. I'm going to say neutral, and I guess the clips will speak for themselves if you want to put it that way.
Yes, sir. But in the meantime, Joshua, let's start every episode how we start them off. What's in our cup today, Joshua? We have cups. I'm drinking through his little Star Wars cup today.
We do have cups.
Delicious Star Wars.
We do have cups, yes. I don't know. Would you like to? Because I always make this. You know, Sean. I actually made this drink for Sean.
He did.
Would you like to say what's in our cup today?
In our cups are about 4 shots of Burbies. We used Knob Creek, which is delicious, by the way. If you've never had Knob Creek, it's wonderful. Taste it. Joshua also put some lemon juice and some ginger beer. So essentially a Kentucky Mule. And it is delicious. So that is what's in our cups today, Joshua. Wonderful cups. Big cups.
A Kentucky Mule?
Too big.
Is that what they...
Yeah.
Kentucky Mule?
Yeah, it's a Kentucky Mule because they usually use vodka for those mules. And so they're like a Moscow Mule and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm trying to like talk to Joshua, who's on my peripheral. See, he's like right here next to me.
John's over there.
But I know that the camera is right here, so it's that's why it's different this week because it's hard to focus here when Joshua's right here. And I want to, you want to be respectful and you want to talk to your person you're talking to, but it's hard when the person you're talking to.
This is sorry for the very first. This is the first.
This is the first.
We're seeing how this is working out. Sean in studio. I mean, the studio's huge, so we had to figure out a way, how to get Sean closer and in the shot and everything. So
I'm so close to him, I can taste him.
Yeah. So this is a first. Let's just put it this way. We did try this one time, but this is up in Washington.
Did not work.
Sean's place. I don't know what episode that was, but. I don't think the audio turned out very well.
Oh, no.
We did a pre-check on this audio.
Yeah.
I think this one's going to come out a little better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if it cuts out or gets weird, well, that just means we did the same shit that we did in Washington. We don't know.
We didn't learn our lesson.
We didn't learn our lesson. Yeah, exactly. So, but I think we're doing good so far.
You know what, Joshua? Speaking on audio, hey, we sound good right now, but we're gonna be using some wireless mics for the stuff that we'll be doing out and about. And we're not too sure yet how those are going to sound, so bear with us on that. It's definitely not going to sound as good as this, but it'll be bearable, I guarantee that. Anyways, Joshua, I wanted to bring something up, buddy. My flight down here, Joshua, I don't know if you've ever been on a plane with turbulence before. I guess that's a question. Joshua, have you ever been on a plane with turbulence before?
I have gone on flights with turbulence, and I guess if if I could, let's see, give an example of what it might feel like. For me, turbulence has always felt like when you go on a roller coaster and you just get right over that edge, and all of a sudden your stomach kind of goes up into like your midsection, or like up into your, say, your ribs or something. Just that weird change in volume with inside yourself. It is weird, and it can be uncomfortable. But I do know, I have experienced it, not in a crazy form, kind of like roller coaster style, like just goes up, goes down, and then it kind of passes, and then you get over it, and then I've never pulled out the barf bag, I guess you could say. I've never gone like that extreme with it, but I have experienced, turbulence. Yes,
that's good, because I don't know if a lot of people experience turbulence, and that's a pretty great way to describe it. This was the first time I've had turbulence where I prayed to every god that I knew to get me to land safely. And luckily they did. I mean, no planes ever crashed due to turbulence. You can fact check me on that. It's 100% true. But it was incredibly scary. I understand why people freak out when there's turbulence. This was like, it was like we weren't even in the middle of a storm or anything. It was raining, but it wasn't like crazy rain. And it was just constant shaking, and just like all the way down to the bottom. And I know if I can see clouds outside my window here, and that's all I see, like, you're telling me as a pilot, you can see more than what I can see? That's some bullshit. So, like, I usually get a window seat because I'm privileged that way. And I was continuously looking out that window to see if I could see the ground, because I did not want to have a Kobe situation. And
he said the Kobe situation. No, he didn't just say that, everybody. Gosh darn it.
Anyways, didn't want to have a Kobe situation, doubling down. And to my surprise, pilot was able to clear those clouds. We got about 500 feet above the street level, and we landed 100% safe. So thank you to all the gods. I really hope nothing happens this next flight, Kobe. I apologize. It meant nothing by it. Big fan. 24 for life,
So if you're wondering why there is an airplane in the background, because before we got on, there was discussion of, what do we put on for this episode? Because we like to mess around. So me and Sean, we're in the little think tank over here. Sean goes, why not put an airplane back there? And I'm like, okay, cool. We got an airplane. What else do you want to put on there? What does Sean say? He goes, let's put some hot dogs. And I'm thinking, what the hell do you want to do with hot dogs? He's like, put it. So we put some hot dogs. And then I asked him, what else should we do? He goes, put some chicken nuggets. So if you're kind of wondering what is going on with that background right there, that's an airplane with chicken nuggets on the wings. And there's little nuggets on the ground, and the white stuff that you see on it, it's supposed to be, I think, frosting or some kind of, house is made of cookie or some shit. So the image you were seeing back there, it came straight out of Sean's mind. But sometimes when Sean talks about these things, I go, you know what? Like, because I like to dabble in a little bit of research. A lot of us eat chicken nuggets. A lot of us eat hot dogs. But do any one of us know what's in it? Do we know what's in a chicken nugget, or do we know what's inside a hot dog? Well, I Googled that. And depending on where you look for what's inside it, I guess which one's more shocking? Well, I guess a chicken nugget is not that shocking to you, because when you just Google what are in chicken nuggets, or what are chicken nuggets made of? I'm reading it right on the screen right here. It says your typical chicken nugget is made of white chicken meat that is supposed, it's not bold, it's not underlined, but it does say supposed to come from particular muscles or breasts of the chicken. They usually have other parts of chicken mixed in as well. So whatever the other parts of chickens, I mean, take a guess. Chicken's got a lot of parts on them. So I don't know how much of the white breast meat or whatever is supposed to be a chicken nugget. I'm sure there's a percentage, there's a value there where they can actually call it that. But be mindful, like there is no such thing as a chicken nugget part on a chicken.
So, you're probably not looking for the chicken nugget part of the chicken when you're shopping out there for your food.
I mean, nothing against people who like chicken nuggets. I'm sure they're really, really good. I haven't had one in a long time, but yeah, keep eating them. I mean,
haven't had a chicken nugget in a long time, Joshua? What the hell?
No, I haven't had a chicken nugget in a long time, man. But I have had a hot dog.
Why have you been taking away this pleasure, this life pleasure of not having a chicken nugget?
I really have been trying to stay away from fast food. I think fast food is although convenient, it's not very good for you. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Yeah, I eat it sometimes, but if you're out there eating it for most of your nutritional value, you're probably going to end up, sorry if this offends you, but you're probably going to end up fat. You're going to end up healthy. Your arteries are going to be clogged with nonsense. And then why not just start smoking cigarettes where you're at? Just add all that shit in there. Just go for it. But, you know, if you love chicken nuggets, go for it. You love a cigarette, go for it. But I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Enjoy whatever food you like. Just don't be upset when you look in the mirror and you look like a chicken nugget yourself. You know, don't be disappointed because you are what you eat. They say it all the time. So enjoy that shit if you love it. But hot dogs are a little bit different.
Hot dogs are a little different.
Yeah, I don't think there's a breast on a hot dog. I don't think so. I also looked. What's in a hot dog? You know, I mean, let's Google it. Let's see. I got it over here on screen. So what do we got here? What are hot dogs made of? You know, hot dogs are made from the emulsified. Just that word alone. Just think about that word. Just unpack the word emulsified. Hot dogs are made from the emulsified meat trimmings of chicken, beef, or pork. This meat mixture is blended with other ingredients like preservatives, spices, and coloring. Into a batter-like substance. So unpack what I just fed you right there.
So part of what you've just fed me, I would rather have chicken nuggets over a hot dog because it sounds like there's so many just mystery meats in a hot dog versus a chicken nugget. You know, at least a chicken nugget, you know, is just pure chicken. Hot dog sounds like it could be multiple animals, multiple things from the animal.
Or you're just the 2-for-1 thinker, and you're like, hey, if I eat a hot dog, I'm eating my chicken nugget too. You know, maybe you just want the 2-for-1 special. Like, give me that hot dog because I'm getting the chicken in there too. But if you love hot dogs, I love hot dogs. I have bacon wrap hot dogs. I'm guilty of it. I would probably eat a hot dog over a chicken nugget.
I mean, I'm going to eat a hot dog right now. That sounds delicious.
I mean, yeah, you could maybe pull one off the screen back there. I don't know, but maybe there's some downstairs.
Yeah, go through your fridge, fucking find some corn dogs or something.
So we tried to, you know, tie in a little bit of things in the background there, but I also wanted to give you a little information of them chicken nuggets and those hot dogs. Remember, you are what you eat. This isn't like a nutritional podcast or whatever, but I thought I gave you a little backstory on what you're shoving in your mouth, you know, because maybe you want to know.
That's
hot dogs, chicken nuggets, whatever you're putting in there. Enjoy.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it, Joshua. I will put whatever I want in my mouth, you know, so it doesn't matter. But, you know, speaking of getting fat and shit, for those of you who care, your workout started 13 minutes ago, and if you needed me to tell you to start your workout, well, you're already 14 minutes into a workout that you have not started. So there's that. Joshua, let me ask you something. Do you or are you aware of this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef that is going on?
I know a very, very little about it.
That's wonderful.
So yeah, I guess update me with the latest. What is going on with Kendrick? Usually it's the Kardashian. What's going on with the Kardashians, right? People got segments on that shit, but give me the what's up with Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
Listen,
I don't
Joshua,
know.
I'm glad you don't know anything about, or you know very little, because bringing back our segment, Ask ChatGPT whatever questions that we want. I wanted ChatGPT to explain this to us. So I asked it if it could explain the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. And I asked it to do it in two different ways. The first way, I asked it to do a poem, Joshua. Would you like to hear this poem?
So sweet. Let's hear this. Let's hear this Kendrick Lamar and Drake poem. I would love to hear this.
All right, so here it goes. As told by ChatGPT. In the realm where words reside supreme, Kendrick and Drake are a fierce regime. Each lyric a dagger, sharp and keen, their rivalry a drama unseen. But amidst the battles, a mutilated esteem, a tale of two titans in the rap scene. Did that explain anything to you, buddy?
No, it confused me even more.
It did to me.
It
So
confused me even more. Yeah,
I then had to ask ChatGPT to describe the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake for a 5-year-old. So maybe this one will help us a little better, Joshua.
Better vocabulary, yeah, 5-year-old.
So
smaller words.
ChatGPT says, imagine two superheroes, Joshua, each with their special powers, like one shooting lightning bolts and the other throwing fireballs. Sometimes they work together to save the day, but other times they disagree about who's the strongest hero. So they have battles to prove who's best. But deep down, they still think the other hero is really cool. Did that help you out, Joshua? Because
No,
I got one more.
It still made it even more confusing. More confusing. You use smaller words, but it still didn't clear anything up for me.
Smaller words were used. Now, it's all right. You're gonna have to bear with me on this one, Joshua, because this one's kind of long. But this was me asking ChatGPT again to explain the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, but to a caveman. Okay. Now, you would assume that if you're explaining something to a caveman, it would be a lot slower or a lot shorter in response, right? Like simple words, things like that. Let me go ahead and read this for you, buddy. Imagine two mighty warriors from different tribes, each skilled in their own unique way. Kendrick Lamar is like a fearless hunter, his words sharp like spear tips, piercing through the air with unmatched precision. Drake, on the other hand, is a cunning strategist, weaving tales of triumph and struggle with the finesse of a seasoned storyteller. Now imagine these two warriors battling for supremacy, their tribes cheering from afar. It's a clash of styles, a clash of egos, as they vie for dominance in the vast expanse of the music world. Each release from Kendrick or Drake is like a war cry, rallying their followers to their cause. I'm not done, Joshua.
This is long. I feel like I should have grabbed dinner before you started this shit. Dang, halfway through my meal.
But just like any great saga, there are moments of peace and moments of conflict. Sometimes their paths cross in harmony, collaborating on tracks that shake the very earth beneath them. Other times, however, tensions rise, fueled by whispered sights and perceived challenges to their regime. To a cave dweller, it might seem like a struggle for territory or resources, a primal contest of strength and skill. But to those who dwell in the world of modern music, the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake is a saga of rivalry and respect, a clash of titans that echoes through the ages.
Egos.
My God, that was a long-winded word, a long fucking paragraph. Paragraphs. I can't, Joshua. Did that explain anything to you, buddy?
No, it's so confusing. Can it just be simplified? Can Chat GPT be narrowed down? Just give me 2 sentences that explain the Kendrick Lamar and Drake drama. Get the shortest possible answer, and it's got to sound something like the two just don't like each other. I mean, does it really have to be that complicated? They're not into each other's vibe right now, their story, whatever's going on. There's got to be something going on. So it's got to be better than that.
ChatGPT can do that, Joshua. And here's what ChatGPT said in 2 sentences. Kendrick Lamar and Drake, both talented rappers, have had disagreements and rivalries in the world of music, leading to the occasional public exchanges and competitive moments, though they've both respected each other's skills.
better. See, that kind of just sums it right up. You know, that right there. Enough said. Can rubber stamp the drama in 2 sentences. Chat. You got to think ChatGPT. Like sometimes, like maybe people should use ChatGPT more often when in an argument with somebody they know.
That's exactly.
Put in your side of the story. Okay, here's my perspective, and then put in their perspective, and let Chat figure it out for you, and it will determine based off of words and logic and just like who's the wrong and who is the right. Which leads me to think, maybe it's a little bit of a tangent. What if the judges start becoming like ChatGPT? You walk in, you know, 2 parties walk into a courtroom, and you just everybody dumps words on Chat, and then Chat just decides.
This is the winner.
This is the winner, loser. And this is the loser. Like maybe we make Chats or we make them the jury. You know, but that could get a little sticky. I mean, who controls the outcome? But it sounds like maybe we just do a couple trial runs. If all of a sudden Chat just says death penalty, we know the programming's wrong, probably, unless it's like murder or some other shit that happens within that case. Oh, yeah. But, you know, a disagreement over a divorce and a flat screen TV, you know, or some shit, you know, like a car, you know, who bought the fucking the trampoline in the background, you know, or the backyard, like who. Some of these things can be decided pretty freaking easy, I think. Oh, yeah. We don't need to have long drawn out tax dollars burned. So maybe we try Chat, you know, in courtrooms for a little bit and see what happens. I mean, just maybe it's a good idea, bad idea. What do you think?
I think if you start at small crimes, right? So if you start at like shoplifting or like maybe like threatening of violence, you know, small crimes, small crimes, and see how that plays out. Because if ChatGPT is throwing death penalty at small crimes, then I can only imagine what it would throw at with like big crimes, you know. So I would say start small, then move up from there. But I'm for it.
Think we introduce Chat into the courtroom?
Yeah, I think we introduce Chat into the courtroom. I think it could be fun. We could start a whole television show about it. You know,
just think all these like TV judges, they'd be so bummed, you know, because now you don't even need like a TV judge.
Yeah, they're done.
You just have Chat up there. You have somebody on the screen, you know, like you could just modify, you know, the look and the sound and whatever that sound like. Maybe you make the voice so nice that nobody ever jumps over the counter at the judge again, you know? Like who's seen that everybody's seen that footage, right? Where the guy is in court. Was it in Vegas where the guy just like ran and just jumped over and assaulted the judge? Like try to do that to Chat. Chat's going to say, listen, you know, Chat's going to control the conversation. Just make sure, you know, it'll read the heartbeat of the person, you know, on trial, and it'll know things are starting to get a little hairy.
Like, ooh, better slow down, slow my ChatGPT roll.
Yeah, like I think there's a place, you know, and then ultimately you judge and jury, whatever, you know, you could probably figure it out, but you know, stop wasting taxpayer dollars. The system's already there. Maybe we try it out, and see what the ratio is versus guilty, not guilty, and how things sway. You know? Maybe we
do it, Joshua. We will do it. We're all for ChatGPT. What I was gonna say, what's the word? Sentencing. That's what I'm looking for. Sentencing.
I think you know what we could do. You know, who knows? We introduce a segment at some point and call it just mock trials. How would ChatGPT decide the trial? We come up with your side. You know, maybe you come up with something and I come up with something, and we just go to court with Chat, and then we decide who's going to win, you know, the kid, or who's going to win the car, or who's going to win, you know, the property, who gets the house. I don't know. Are the family Bible? Who gets the family Bible? You know, maybe that'll be our first trial.
Yeah, I'm for you. I did just ask ChatGPT though, Joshua, if our boy O.J. Simpson was guilty.
Oh no.
ChatGPT was honest with me and said that no, he was not found guilty of his crime, but it did let me know that he was found liable for their deaths in a subsequent civil trial, which most people don't talk about.
Yeah. So what it did there is it just provided the facts that are already on paper.
That's what I'm saying. See,
so, but if we present a case or a problem, or you know, however you want to call it, like situation that it has no answers to, We just say Billy and Bob, bought a farm together, and both their names are on it. We just present this case to chat where it has no answers. There's no historical record book of Bob was guilty, whoever was not. There's no historical thing for chat to fall back on. We just let chat decide based off of the information fed into it. I think we could be onto something. Who knows? It could solve arguments. Or here's another one. Maybe when you're at home, you turn on Alexa and you'd say, Alexa, me and my wife or my girlfriend or my husband, or we're about to get in an argument, Alexa. Can you just listen in and tell me which one of us is being irrational? And then I'll ask you which one of us at the very end of this 15-minute conversation is being irrational. And then Alexa goes, sure. And then Alexa's quiet. And at the very end, you get the response that, whatever Alexa gives you. I mean, is that a feature that we could put into things that helps solve problems?
Joshua,
or is that Big Brother talk? Is that Big Brother talk? Is that too much umbrella for people to decide? Let somebody else figure out their problems?
I think it might be. And also, I've ran into an issue here with ChatGPT. I tried to get it to answer a question. I put in Bob and Billy bought a farm, and later Billy was found dead. Who killed him? So ChatGPT is smart. It said, without more information, it's impossible to determine who killed Billy.
There you go.
Additional details such as motivation, evidence, and a bias would be necessary to investigate and solve the mystery. See, so you would have to have a fair amount of information in order for it to make a good claim.
But isn't that what court cases are about? Somebody walks in, you got your defendant, your prosecutor, there's people in a courtroom, you present the facts, they present the facts, and then chat falls right in the middle, because if Billy, or if chat knew Billy had a knife collection and one of them showed up at his house with blood on it the night after freaking whatever the other person's name was went missing, then would chat go, you know what? There was a knife found. More DNA evidence might be needed, but things are pointing towards whatever that person's name was. Bob. Maybe Bob is found guilty based off of what we have so far. So I think you have to provide chat with enough information in order to determine fault on either side. So I think there's something to this chat, but I don't think we're quite there yet.
No, not there yet, but damn near close, Joshua. I mean, if we can trust people with those freaking Teslas being automatically driven, and the fucking driverless cars, I think we're getting to a point where we can start to let AI dictate whether or not some of us spend their entire life in prison, or if some of us go as unsolved murder cases. So,
yeah, I mean, this will be determined, I bet you, in the next 10 15 years, whatever. Maybe it's sooner, maybe the next 3 years, we'll see. Elections are coming up, weird shit's happening. The Silicon Valley is doing what it's doing over there. California's obviously going how California's going. So we'll see. I mean, it's always a to be determined situation, right? We never know the future, but you always have to ask yourself, what side of future do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the side of the bots? Do you want to be on the side of, the other side, whatever the other side is, or do you want to be right in the middle? So we all have these choices to make. You either, fight or you run, or you just, stand in the middle.
I want to be on the side of the bots, Joshua. That sounds fun.
The bot side? You want to go bot side?
Yeah, I want to go bot side, because maybe they'll turn me into like a cyborg and shit, and I can fucking robot it out.
I mean, that's an option. They're already doing that. They're already putting metal pins and plates and things in people's brains. So you could become a bot.
Getting one step closer, baby. One step closer.
It's not that far off.
All right, Joshua. Well, as fun as this was, buddy, we've reached halfway, and the rest of the episode is just going to be clip show from here on out. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy our first stop at the Firestone Brewery. I'm sure we got real hammered. I probably pissed myself, buddy. So, I don't know. Joshua, let's follow up with some closing thoughts here. Other than ChatGPT, buddy, Do you have anything else to say to the people? I know it's only half an hour, kind of short, but what do you want from us? We're on vacation. Look at my hair. That's vacation hair, baby.
I think for the first in studio, again, sorry for the delay first. We did pretty well. So I could, like I always say, thank you everybody for coming, for watching this. It's a little bit different, but watch the rest of this thing because Sean's got some stuff in store.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, not like it. I'm gonna fall right in the middle because who knows what the F Sean has in store.
Listen,
guy's
I'll give
crazy.
you a hint, everybody. I'm gonna get his butthole waxed. That's what's happening.
No.
Stay tuned.
Sean,
End of the episode.
no.
You're gonna see Joshua's brown eye. I guarantee it.
This is not happening.
Yes,
It's
it is.
never gonna happen.
It's happening.
And I got nothing else to say to that.
All right, guys.
What are we gonna do?
Enjoy the rest of the episode. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Look at my fucking hair. It's going crazy. Let's get it. Deuces.